The two poems I'm comparing and contrasting are One Art by Elizabeth Bishop and After Years by Ted Kooser. When Elizabeth Bishop was very young, her father died and her mother was sent to a mental asylum. She then moved to live with her grandparents. Later in her life, she traveled all around the world. According to the article titled Elizabeth Bishop, her writing was influenced by a good friend of hers, Marianne Monroe. Ted Kooser lived a normal life. He grew up with parents and siblings and attended public high school. He later got married and had a son. In the postmodernism literary period, religion is not important. Some postmodernists reject absolute truth, but some also have certain beliefs. They say to believe what you want or do whatever feels right. Their beliefs are more scientific and rational, not religious. However, Christianity was a prominent religion during this time period. Exploration of other religions was also encouraged. In Elizabeth Bishop's poem One Art, she does not involve any religion. Ted Kooser also excludes religion in this poem After Years. Figurative language is used to enhance or support the writing. Devices such as irony, humor, imagery, and disillusionment are commonly used by postmodernist authors. A frequent form of writing is prose. Fragmentation is also common in postmodernism. Irony is used a lot in the poem One Art. Bishop talks about the art of losing someone or something. She said those things are meant to be lost, so losing them should be easy. I think this is ironic because I think she is talking to herself, telling herself that it is easy and that she shouldn't make it so hard. Imagery is heavily used in After Years. Without a sound, glittering face of a glacier slid into the sea. An ancient oak fell in the Cumberlands, handing only a handful of leaves, and an old woman scattering corn to her chickens looked up for an instant. That was a quote from the poem. These lines take up most of the poem, just describing what it is like losing someone. The reader can picture the images in their mind while reading this poem. Nature is addressed with admiration and respect in postmodernism, and nature is a universal theme. Bishop did not really address nature in her poem. She mentioned that she had lost a river and a continent that she owned, but that's about it. Kooser strongly admired nature and proved so in this poem. The lines quoted earlier addressed both land and sea with admiration. He also mentioned the galaxy and the sun, millions of miles away. Human nature is using a rational approach to figure out the meaning of life. According to Hoffman, postmodern psychology can be defined as an approach to psychology which questions the ability to know the ultimate truth and uses multiple methodologies in its attempts to know. Both poems showed human nature by hurting when they lost someone important to them. Even if it is easy to deal with, it is still human nature to grieve and to hurt. Society is not shaped by religion as it once was. It is shaped by one's search for self. The use of symbols and imagery is essential in postmodernism writing, according to Sibley. According to Sibley, society communicates through symbols. Postmodernists do not look at society in a good way. To them, it is cruel and cartoon. Neither poems had much of an opinion on society. However, Bishop did use symbolism in her poems. She said, "I lost my mother's watch." This watch is a symbol of Bishop's relationship with her mother. The American dream shifted through generations. The American dream of postmodernism is to have a decent job, make money, live in a nice house, and have a loving family. Both poems portray the American dream, but only in one way. Wanting to have a loving family or someone who cares for you is shown in both poems, more so in After Years than One Art. The hero is most usually the anti-hero. The hero is doing heroic deeds, but he is doing it for the wrong reasons. According to White, in postmodernism the hero is still damaged but battles the dominant power structure continuously. The dominant power structure is a machine metaphor, and as a result the postmodernism hero rages against the machine. Our hero is a rebel, and he is alienated by society as if he does not belong. Postmodernism is about angst and unspecified fear of death. In One Art, the narrator would be the hero because she is proving to everyone that it is okay to lose things, and in that way she is heroic. However, she is not being true to herself when she is doing these heroic deeds. In After Years, there is no evident hero that is being portrayed. The common theme between these two poems is loss. Love, heartbreak, and sorrow are all common themes of postmodernism, and those themes all tie into the theme of loss. Throughout time, literature has changed for one main reason, and that reason is evolution. As technology advances and as our ways of life change, so does literature. Literature has also become more creative and also less structured. These two poems are similar because they have a common theme, both exclude religion and society, and they both use figurative language to enhance their writing. They are different because of their childhood and where they grew up. Cousar addressed nature and Bishop did not, and Bishop had a hero and Cousar did not, and many, many more.